Hello everyone, welcome back to the Reading Corner. Thank you so much for choosing to be here. I am delighted to have the chance to share another fantastic story with you all. I hope that you're all as well as you can be, wherever you are, and you're all staying safe. Today's story is from a collection called Katie Morag's Island Stories by Mairi Hedderwick. And the story from the collection that we're reading today is Katie Morag Delivers the Mail. Wednesdays were always hectic on the Isle of Stray, for that was the day that the boat brought mail and provisions from the mainland. One particular Wednesday was worse than usual, since baby Liam was cutting his first tooth, and both Mr. and Mrs. McCall were in a bad mood. All right, said Mrs. McCall in exasperation. I'll take Liam upstairs to quiet him down. Katie Morag, you take the mail to the houses across the bay. There are 5 parcels, 1 for each house. The one with the red label is for Granny. Pleased to escape, Katie Morag set off. She loved any excuse to visit her Granny, who lived all alone in the very last house on the other side of the bay. But it was a hot day, and Katie Morag had just stopped for a moment to paddle in a pool beneath the Redburn Bridge, when suddenly, splash! She slipped on a slithery stone and fell into the water, mail bag and all. Oh dear, wailed Katie Morag, looking at the 5 soggy parcels. All the addresses are smudged, and I won't know which parcel is for which house now. Only Granny's parcel was still recognisable by its red label. Then, because she was so frightened and ashamed, Katie Morag did a silly thing. She ran the rest of the way to the other side of the bay and threw a parcel, any parcel except the red labelled one, onto the doorstep of each of the first 4 houses. Nobody saw her. Still sobbing, she ran on to Granny's. Well, this is a fine boorach you've got yourself into, Katie Morag, said Granny, when Katie Morag had explained what she had done. Still, at least you've given me the right parcel. It's got the spare part for the tractor that I've been waiting for. I'll go and get the old grey lady going while you dry yourself up. Then you can try and sort the whole muddle out. Granny had her head under the bonnet of the tractor for a long time. Occasionally, Katie Morag heard muffled words of anger, and she thought of the angry words waiting for her at home. Then suddenly, with a cough of black smoke, the tractor stuttered into life, and they set off to go around each of the 4 houses in turn. The first house belonged to the lady artist. She had been expecting tiny, thin brushes for her miniature paintings, but the parcel Katie Morag left on her doorstep contained 2 enormous brushes. "They're bigger than my painting boards," she said in disgust. The second house was rented by the holiday people. They had ordered fishing hooks from a sports catalogue, but their parcel had been full of garden seeds. "We can't catch fish with daisies and lettuces," they complained. At the third house, Mr. McMaster was standing by a big barrel of whitewash, holding the lady artist's paintbrushes. "How can I paint my walls with these fiddling little things?" he asked. In the fourth house lived Mrs. Bayview. "That stupid shop on the mainland! Where are my seeds? Flowers won't grow out of these," she said crossly, waving a packet of fishing hooks in the air. After much trundling back and forth, Katie Morag finally managed to collect and deliver all the right things to all the right people. Everyone smiled and waved and said, "Thank you very much." By now it was getting dark. Katie Morag thought of the long journey home. She would be very late, and her parents were so bad-tempered on these days on account of Liam's noisy teething. "Granny, would you like to come back for tea?" she asked. Katie Morag half hid behind Granny as they walked in the kitchen door. But to her surprise, everyone was smiling. Liam had cut his tooth at last, and all was calm. "Thank you for helping out today, Katie Morag," said Mrs. McCall. "Isn't she good, Granny?" "Och, aye," said Granny, with a smile as she looked at Katie Morag. "She's very good at sorting things out, our Katie Morag." And she said no more. The end.